Welcome, real estate professionals, to the Explainer. We have got an absolutely massive, industry-shaking topic to cover today. Look, Google just dropped the biggest overhaul to its search engine since the platform literally launched, and it's fundamentally rewriting the rules of how homebuyers find you. If your business relies on digital leads, the ground has completely shifted beneath your feet.
And I want to start off with a serious wake-up call right out of the gate. 91%. According to a brand new benchmark, a staggering 91% of real estate agents are now completely invisible to AI search. Just think about that for a second. Nearly the entire industry has essentially been ghosted by the very algorithms that are about to completely dominate the future of online discovery. Okay, let's dive into this and talk about Google's AI search revolution, because we really need to look at exactly what's happening under the hood here. Guys, this isn't just some minor algorithm tweak, it's a total paradigm shift. Back at Google I/O 2026, they officially moved away from the old world of traditional, ranked, link-based search results. You know the drill, right? The 10 blue links on a page. Well, they've replaced that whole system with conversational AI experiences powered by Gemini. They are literally turning search into an AI-powered agent. Now, what's really interesting about this is the sheer impact it's having on traditional SEO. It is staggering. Notice the massive plunge in the Ahrefs data here. For queries that trigger these new AI overviews, the click-through rate for the #1 organic position plummeted from 7.3% down to a mere 1.6%. The days of fighting tooth and nail just for that top blue link, the math just isn't mathing the way it used to. But hey, don't panic just yet, because you do actually have a defense. Local and real estate queries have a built-in layer of protection, since buyers are ultimately looking for specific local human providers. But to survive, you absolutely must feed the AI the right signals, and fast. Brands that get cited inside AI overviews are earning 35% more organic clicks than their non-cited competitors. So, what is the action plan? First, lock down your Google Business profile. Second, ensure your contact info is perfectly accurate. Third, maintain consistent name, address, and phone data, your NAP data, everywhere online. And finally, aggressively cultivate your reviews. The AI uses these precise signals just to decide if you even exist. Which brings us right into the core of the issue, what we're calling the invisible agent problem. We need to understand exactly how today's buyers are actively bypassing traditional agent discovery. Let's look at a recent analysis by Flydragon. They looked at an unbelievable 8.2 million queries across 192 different metros. And the results? Honestly, they're wild. When buyers ask AI for agent recommendations, most agents just simply don't appear. Here's why. 61% of buyer searches now begin in AI platforms like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, or Google's AI overviews. And the speed of this adoption is breathless. In just 18 months, the number of buyers using AI as their primary agent research tool jumped from 17% to an incredible 67%. And if you're sitting there wondering, are these AI searchers actually serious buyers? Well, check out this contrast. When we look at 30-day close rates, AI-sourced prospects close at a stunning 70%. Compare that to traditional Zillow Premier agent leads, which are closing at around 2.4%. It's night and day. The intent of a buyer having an in-depth back-and-forth conversation with an AI about their specific neighborhood needs is just off the charts compared to someone casually scrolling through listings on their phone. But here's where things get really fascinating. Let's talk about the consumer trust paradox. Because while consumers are flocking to AI to do their initial research, their actual feelings about the technology are incredibly conflicted. Let's break down this data from the Cotality 2026 survey, because it reveals a massive paradox. On one hand, a huge majority, 75% of homebuyers, fully expect AI to be part of the real estate process. They know it's out there. But look at that second number. Only 16% actually trust AI to help them find a home. In fact, that trust metric dropped 14 points since just 2025. They expect the tech, sure, but they definitely don't trust it with the biggest financial decision of their lives. It turns out people love having a robot do their homework, but they still want a real human to blame if the living room is too small. And this exact lack of trust, that is where your value literally skyrockets. It's creating what we call the human premium. Buyers are craving human verification. The survey found 3 critical things. 1, 44% of people would actually pay someone just to verify AI decisions. 2, 55% strongly prefer dealing with a real person for their mortgage, and that's up 9 points year over year. And 3, 68% say that clear AI labeling is essential. This right here is a massive opportunity for you to step in as the trusted, authoritative guide. So, how do you bridge that gap? By being completely transparent. Here's a really actionable pro tip you can implement today. Tell your clients when and how you use AI and frame it entirely around their benefit. Just tell them, I use this to serve you faster. By explicitly labeling your AI tools, you show them that you're modern and efficient while simultaneously building that trust they are desperately looking for. Now, we can't talk about all this tech without talking about the rules of the game. Let's navigate the new AI regulations because lawmakers are moving just as fast as the algorithms.
We are really starting to see a regulatory roadmap take shape here. For example, on May 14th, Colorado Governor Polis signed SB 189, replacing the original Colorado AI Act. Meanwhile, the National Association of Realtors has been incredibly busy with interim policy updates, literally updating 18 MLS policies in January alone as they push for a unified federal framework. And this new, slightly lighter regulatory framework in Colorado, that's set to take effect in January 2027.
But the absolute most crucial thing to understand about these new frameworks, which will likely be a model for other states, by the way, is that housing decisions remain fully covered. Specifically, if you use AI and it results in an adverse decision for a consumer, compliance mandates that you provide a plain language explanation to them within 30 days. So the days of throwing your hands up and saying, hey, the algorithm made me do it, yeah, those days are legally over. All right, I know we just went through some heavy data and legal talk, but let's pivot to the fun part, winning with AI leads, because the agents who are getting this right today are seeing historic wins.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what's possible. Check out this case study from Inbound REM detailing agent Brett Wallace's March campaign. Look at the return on investment here. With just a $1,250 monthly spend, Brett generated 7 highly qualified leads. 3 of those came straight from large language model recommendations like ChatGPT and Grok, 3 from SEO, and 1 from organic. Those 7 leads produced over $3.5 million in sales volume and roughly $105,000 in gross commission income. Guys, that is an 84x monthly ROI. No way around it. That's incredible.
The why behind that massive ROI is actually pretty simple, but it's super powerful. Because these buyers use AI for deep, highly specific research, by the time that AI recommends you and they finally reach out, these AI-driven prospects are arriving with extremely high trust and intent. This dramatically shortens your nurture cycle. And to help you capitalize on this exact momentum, tools like Realty Rank by Inbound REM are already emerging to help agents actively track their visibility across platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and Claude. The AI real estate revolution isn't just coming, it's already here. And it is dictating who gets the lion's share of digital leads right now. So, I want to leave you with this final, vital question to chew on. What actions will you take today so you aren't left behind by tomorrow's search algorithms? It's time to start optimizing, build that human trust, and claim your space in this new era. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.